Genesis from the Wyndham Wuthering album. That was the 11th Earl of Mar. Well, it's with great pleasure tonight that I welcome to the studios Phil Collins and Mike Rutherford. Phil has actually just gone off to have a wee-wee, but Mike is still here. Oh, he's come back. Welcome, Mike. The last time that we met was down at that Earl's Court gig where we broadcast live, and I really haven't had a chance to thank you publicly for that, because it was the first time that Capitol had ever done a concert actually live, and it really was marvellous. I mean, the Shoko guys really got the sound together, and tar for that anyway. Hello, Phil. You all right?
I just met Keith Moon in the toilet.
Oh, let me turn you... You met who?
Keith Moon in the toilet?
Yeah, he's here doing something for Roger Scott's programme, which starts fairly soon, Speak for Yourself, and I think that mad drummer will no doubt come in and destroy the studio. But the news that obviously is on everyone's lips at the moment is Steve Hackett's departure from Genesis. We'll take a break and let's come back with the full and unexpurgated story of that. The news that we broke on Monday night was that Steve Hackett has now left the band and that he's left to pursue a solo career. Phil, can I start with you? Was it something that you expected?
Well, we talked about it. I mean, he left actually during the mixing of the live album, which is coming out soon, which was 2 months ago probably. And before that, it had not actually discussing him leaving, but just the fact of how we could all work in the mixing for that album, the recording of this new one, which we've just sort of almost finished, and also his solo album, because he wanted to do another album of his own. And it sort of culminated in sort of not finding any way out, and so he kind of sprang it on us and said that he felt that, you know, we thought we'd worked out a few compromises, and I don't think he was totally pleased with those. So, I mean, you know, he was very happy. There wasn't any sort of slamming of the door, but that's totally how it happened.
Mike, are you sad about his departure? Obviously, I presume.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always sad when it's getting a bit heavy, isn't it? I'm always sad when someone...
You notice that Tony isn't here?
Oh, you didn't hear about that? Then number two.
And then number two.
No, actually, he's got a cold and he's in the studio.
I know how he feels.
Finishing off. No, I mean, I think it was possibly something that was coming anyway, you know. But I don't know. Once again, I think it's a sort of freshness for us. You know, you lose something, you gain something. And I think on the new album, because there's three and there's sort of a lack in some area, we sort of has brought different things out. But a different sound, I think.
But he is going to be a very hard person to replace, because his playing, the way that he structures things, is very much Genesis, or was very much Genesis. Is it proving difficult, Phil, to find a replacement for him?
Well, we've not even thought, to be honest. I mean, our main concern was to get an album, you know, play together and sort of see what music we came up with, as we did last time, really, and just record the album. And now the album's sort of in the mixing stages, or it will be soon. Just wait and see how it turns out, and then take the road as a separate kind of, you know, entity.
And can I clear something up? Because we gave out the news on Monday night. The news that we got at that time was that he'd actually helped you to make the new studio album. This, in fact, is not true, right?
No, we went to Holland to do that. Just the three of us.
It's been just three for a while.
Yeah. So we get used to this thing, you see. We get used to the fact of living as a three-piece, and then the news comes out, and suddenly you realise that, oh yeah, someone's left, you know. I mean,
why did it take so long before the news actually broke?
Well, I mean, no one was in a hurry to rush it out, really, you know. I guess it kind of, I suppose maybe it gives both sides a chance to sort of think, you know. And I think we always feel better. It was like we feel much better when the news comes out and we've just done, we're halfway through a new album. We feel it's something positive to say about, you know, the future of the band. And
but how is the album actually shaping up now that there are only three?
I don't know. I mean, well, we like it. Yeah, you know, I've been playing guitar, and it's been a very new.
What there might be is a little bit more space, you know. Whereas before we do backing tracks, and Stephen would put the guitar on usually afterwards or something. And whereas now, I think, because I mean, the smaller you go, the better it gets in a way, because you kind of, what does it need, as opposed to, I haven't played anything here, I think I'll try something, and so you end up maybe a little bit, you know, clattering or whatever. But I mean, there's just, it sounds very much typically Genesis, you know.
It's hard for us. I think it's always hard for us to say how different it sounds to the one before, you know.
Life just goes on.
So, Do you feel the same way, though, now that Steve has left, the same way that you felt when Peter departed? Because Peter's, I was saying to you earlier that I think Peter's career, après Genesis, that's French, has really taken on, you know, sort of a new dimension. That he, when a member of a band usually leaves a band, a group, to pursue a solo career, quote, which is the great sort of the news thing, that usually he's not very successful and usually sort of fades into oblivion, whereas Peter has really been the exception to that rule and has in fact gone from strength to strength. I mean, I hope the same is going to be. I hope it's going to be the same with Steve, but I really have my doubts, to be honest.
I think.
I mean, his solo album was very strong and it surprised everyone. Don't underestimate. I think it'll surprise people. Another exception to the rule.
But do you feel the same way about Steve leaving as you felt with Peter's departure?
I mean, no, obviously it's not so traumatic because we're getting used to this, you know.
Yeah. Peter was. I think.
It's a very stoic comment, actually, Mike.
No, I don't mean that. I mean that. No, but you understand. I mean, with Pete, there was the big thing. I mean, Pete was very much the image of the band, and when he left, all the sort of the daggers went in, really, you know.
And I'm sure people thought that we were the ones that weren't going to be successful rather than Peter, actually. I mean, in most circumstances, I would agree that the guy leaves the band to do a solo thing and he kind of disappears without a trace and the band carry on without him. But I think with Peter's situation, it was the other way around. But I think with Steve, I think it's an important thing is we didn't really want to have anybody that didn't feel, didn't have 100% go, 100% behind the band. You know, you feel like, not you're carrying somebody, but it is nice to know that you're all into what you're doing.
Right, well, let's talk positive anyway, because you've got a new album that's coming out, or in fact will be out next week.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the new live album.
That is the new album.
Yeah, there's so many albums. Let's talk about the live album. Let me play the first track from it in just a second.
Hi, Mr. Wrangler. Rickenbacker here. We've got an idea for you. You know that bridge in San Francisco, the Golden Gate? We are going to suspend 57,000 pairs of Wrangler jeans right across the bay. And then, through a 1 billion-watt amplifier system, we've got this guy, Tony, to sing I Left My Jeans in San Francisco. I think he liked it.
It's 9:20.
Mummy's Weekly.
Have you ever wondered when you go to a major gig in London where your 350 goes? Or what big bands in the GLC really demand from promoters? Find out on Monday night in Mummy's Weekly when Mel Bush and Harvey Goldsmith reveal all. That's just one of the things in Mummy's Weekly this Monday night after the news at 10 o'clock. And my lips didn't even move. Talking of gigs, here's Genesis Live. Genesis from the new live album called Seconds Out, and that was the first track on side one called Squonk. Where was this mainly recorded, Philip?
Paris.
Gay Paddy.
Gay Paris. We recorded about 10 shows in varying stages of the last band with Chester, sort of in the last band's growth, and we ended up with using mostly one show in Paris. I think. From that, which was the last batch we recorded. You know. The most recent stuff is more.
What sort of memories do you have from those last Oz Court gigs? Because they were really phenomenal.
Yeah.
We were actually, it's good, especially.
Oh, damn.
We were very worried about it because, you know, Earl's Court's got a terrible name, really. I mean, in terms of reputation, you know, bands playing there, everyone's always said, oh, the sound was terrible.
Yeah.
And we even went in to listen to a couple of bands before to see if you sort of learn anything from it. But because we were so worried about the sound and it seemed to come out well and okay, we were really pleased.
But the reaction as well, the fact that you sold out N number of nights, and the reaction that at every night was just incredible from what I can remember. I mean, were you worried about that aspect of it as well?
Oh, yeah. You know,
I mean, the fact, you know, like your first major gig, first major gigs.
I think.
especially after Rainbow.
After Rainbow.
Yeah.
What usually happens is the London gigs are built up to such a pitch, you know, same as in New York and Los Angeles, that they're all important gigs, you know, and so you go in there and usually, I think Hammersmith was good, but you know, sometimes it's been an anticlimax, and Rainbow was a bit of an anticlimax. Because it was the first gig of the whole, you know, Chester would play with us and all those, you know, countless reasons. But so Earl's Court was, you know, I think we all felt that we really sort of played well and we went down well, which sort of doesn't always coincide. You know?
Some of your jokes there between the tunes, jolly good fun.
You see, once you've mastered it.
Once you've been in the business as long as I have. Okay, let me change the subject dramatically and talk about Helpline. They've had a request from a youth club in North London, which is a lively, well-attended club, which is hoping to start up a moped/motorcycle repair group as one of their autumn/winter activities. Lots of strokes in this. One of the aims is to bring, to teach young people the skills of repair work. So if you would like to repair the odd motorbike or bits, then do give Capital Helpline a ring on 388-7575. That's 388-7575. It's 9:30, another track from the new live Genesis album in just a sec. Here. Sample. This is Genesis from Seconds Out with Robbery, Assault and Battery.
The beats were alert, furtively glancing, jauntily prancing, you caught the guards on the way. Slip between the ought to have seen the eyes of their own disappear. Top shining bright, so long in the night till he came to the room with the safe. me until that day I ride that old crime wave. And if they try to hold me for trial, well, I stay out of jail, I'm paying my bail. After I go to the court of appeal, saying, "Get down, you're wrong," the same old song forever.
Hi there, it's Capital on a Friday night and a bug-ridden Nicky Horne with Your Mother Wouldn't Like It. It's almost 20 to 10. My guests in the studio tonight are Phil Collins and Mike Rutherford of the aforementioned Genesis. For those of us who were lucky enough to see your concert at Oz Court, or in fact the whole series of concerts that you did there, they were very spectacular in terms of both music and staging. You used 2 laser beams, you had the light curtain, and lots of smoke. When it comes lots of smoke. When it comes to staging an event like that, because it does become an event, how much say do you, I mean, as band members, actually have in the staging? I mean, do you come up with the ideas and say, right, we'll have a krypton laser here, and we'll have the light curtain here, and the roadie will blow smoke at this point? I mean, how much say do you actually have in that, Philip?
Well, I mean, quite a lot, really.
Fine, jolly good.
No, I mean, you see, before, I mean, at the end of the sort of the show previous to the one we did, I mean, see, the thing we put on at Earl's Court was what we put on all around the world, really. And we didn't actually do anything special for Earl's Court, apart from try and play as good as we could.
The knife.
Did we? Oh, we did the knife. Yes, we rehearsed the knife, especially for the London audiences. But the rest of the show was just the same as we had been doing all over the place. And
We only look a few months ahead.
But there are some gigs that are being planned next year. So where do you actually go from here? Because it was a, I mean, sort of slightly over-the-top show in terms of theatrics.
I don't know. I mean, it was the same sort of thing every year, isn't it? You think, what do you do next? We've already got some ideas. Actually, we were talking. Remember in Holland, one of the people we worked with sometime, Jeffrey Shaw, comes from Amsterdam, and he sort of came down and we talked over a few ideas for staging. And it kind of between now and sort of early next year, we start talking to Shoko and developing things.
One of the things, I think, one of the few criticisms of the show that you did down at
criticisms?
Yes, there were a few.
Names and addresses, please.
There were my mother. No, there were a few criticisms, and that was that the sort of staging did, in certain instances, tend to overshadow the music, if you like.
Cool.
They should have seen the earlier show.
Yes, I know.
No, I mean, the last show was simpler in a lot of respects. I mean, we used mainly lights, and we didn't use any films or slides because, we wanted to try and, just cut down and use what was sort of the simplest and effective way of doing it. And we ended up using more lights than anything else. And, I haven't heard that criticism level of this show. I mean, I heard it at the last one where there was, you either looked at the slides or looked at Peter or looked at the band or listened,
It's the simplest show we've done, really, in terms of kind of visual additions.
I think we want to try and sort of cut it down so it's as potent, but I mean simpler in a way, because I mean there's so many times you do a sound check and the lasers work great and you go on stage and there's only one of them working there. That's 3 watts instead of 6 or something. So I mean the more you eliminate, the better we feel. So I mean we'll always try and do something original and keep it supple, like
fairly subtle.
The next show is obviously going to change quite a bit because Steve, right? This is going to be a musical change there, and also I think that material-wise we're going to change quite a bit. I mean, I think I don't see us playing Suppers really next year.
Can you? I know it's very difficult to describe music, but you've recorded this new studio album that you did in Holland, and that you're mixing it at this very moment in time. not too many miles from the studio. How has it changed since Steve's departure? I know it's difficult to sort of quantify that.
How do we describe it? How about wonderful, brilliant? No.
You said it
No,
was
I think
thinner.
it's. Yeah, I mean, Phil was saying no. There's obviously more space.
More space.
More space.
Not thinner, Garth, more space.
More space.
Sophisticated space.
Well, now I understand. I think we'll take a break on that.
Capital record break.
This is a carpet crawler.
gotta get in to get out. Oh, 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 oh. Gotta get in to get out. Oh, 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 oh. We gotta get in to get out.
What can I say? That was the Carpet Crawl from the new double Genesis album called Seconds Out, live album. I was saying to you earlier that the selections of the music on this I find a little strange. The fact that you've included a lot of old stuff on it, and if my memory serves me correctly, only 2 tracks from Wind and Wuthering. Am I right in thinking that?
2? What's
Oh,
the other
1.
Afterglow was the only one, I think.
That's Afterglow. Yes, why not? 11th Earl of Mar and the rest of them.
We did mix a version, didn't we?
Yeah.
Of 11th Earl of Mar, but it didn't really sound special enough. It wasn't. I mean, you just got to pick what are really the best. As much as anything comes into it, picking the best.
I think a lot of the older tracks have changed more.
Yeah.
I mean, Supper's Ready, for instance. I mean, you listen to the recorded version on Foxtrot and listen to this version. I mean, the actual song is a different song, you know. I mean, it was good at the time, but I mean, the song grows, you know, and it's just a totally different interpretation. It's nice to sort of to let a lot of people share this feeling.
Yes, but what about One for the Vine as well? I mean, that was
that was sounding good, but we purposely kind of thought do the old stuff a bit more because the new stuff's out and current anyway. You know, people are sort of just listening to the album anyway. And who knows? We may do another one day, and there it is.
Because when is this new studio album coming out? You're mixing at the moment, right? So when do you think that'll be coming out?
January.
January.
Stereo. It's proved it's stereo.
They both looked down when they said that.
Yeah, well, we'd like it out, you know, tomorrow, really. Well, when we've done it. It's frustrating having something finished and having to wait.
You seem very proud of this new album. You know, that you really want to sort of say, well, you know, although Steve has left, we got it together, chaps.
Yeah.
That seems to
Well,
be
we're always
the
very
sort of
excited by the, obviously, I mean, we're always excited, whatever, by a new album. Because, I mean, the
Doesn't
live
matter.
album is sort of nothing, I mean, you know, it's very different and it's nice live material, but there's no new stuff, right? And so here we are with a whole batch of new songs. Lots of them, which we, you know, you obviously get very worked up about.
Some of the new songs are shorter as well, which enables us to put more on an album. I mean, we always put a lot of time on an album, you know, in terms of sort of length of size. But we've got some of the songs have just ended up being a little bit shorter, so we've got more music, you know, more variation, which is more like.
I thought 5 songs aside is.
more music more often.
Yeah, right.
Okay, take a break. Back in a sec.
The Stranglers, punk rockers who made it from the Dole Cube to the Ritz. But how much money do they really make? Find out who makes the money out of the heroes who make the records.
Thank you very much. It's Capital on a Friday night, and your mother wouldn't like it. My guests tonight are Phil Collins and Mike Rutherford of Genesis. Finally, gentlemen, let me ask you this, that you are, I suppose, the antithesis to New Wave. That everything that you do appears to be the antithesis to that. What do you actually think about it? When Mike, you were saying that you enjoy most of it or some of it.
Well, no, I mean, I haven't really heard much. What I was saying actually was really that I think it's kind of good that people can sort of form a group and do it so easily. You know what I mean? It's getting to the stage when to form a group was an incredibly big deal, you know, involving an awful lot of money, and you had to sort of, and somehow they found a way to do it easily, which I think is good. But I really haven't heard that much music. I've had stuff on the radio.
What about you, Phil?
Well, I don't know really. Too boring to be of interest.
Well, that's jolly good.
I mean, I reckon that. I mean, a good thing about it is the fact that, you know, there's a sort of shake-up, I suppose. You know, you shake the tree and a few of the apples fall down and a few of them stay up there, you know. And I think the idea of everybody sort of there's been this sort of cultural revolution and all that in music, like, you know, it's a good thing. But I mean, I don't think we're boring old farts, and so I mean, I'm unaffected. I just listen. I mean, Sex Pistols I'd go and watch. I saw Iggy Pop the other day. I went to the Rainbow and saw Iggy Pop, and I thought it was very interesting because I was watching kind of one of the innovators of this thing, and I'd seen him before, you know, but I thought it was interesting. Whereas I wouldn't go and see a lot of the sort of the bands that are just doing it. You know, I'd go and see the Sex Pistols just out of interest, I think. The music, I don't know. I've heard enough of the music.
I used to drag the way people automatically say that because that is in, everything else has got to be out. You know what I mean? Whereas like sort of soul music and blues and jazz was like carried right through the last sort of few years.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people at this concert that were probably buying our albums last year, you know?
Yeah, because there is a crossover. Sure there is. Anyway, gentlemen, I wish you much luck. First off, with the live album, Genesis Seconds Out, which is available in your friendly local record store next week, and also with this new studio album. I shall look forward to hearing that in January. Because you've been working very hard on that, it seems.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going back to Trident now to mix it?
Oh, there we go.
Tony's there doing some keyboards. We don't actually start mixing until a week after next.
All right. Well, much luck with that, gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. And we leave this section of Your Mother Wouldn't Like It with Los Endos from Seconds Out. Fellas, thank you once again. See you after the news.